Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Millcreek Government Channel. I'm Jessica Stutzman. With the snow melting and temperatures climbing, many of our viewers are excited to shake off the dust of their flip-flops and head down to Presque State Park. Whether you love the scenic beaches, wild water sports, calming nature walks, or the park's scheduled activities, we know there is never a dull moment at the peninsula. The Presque Partnership is more focused now than ever on making the visitor experience at Presque an enjoyable one. Joining me today to talk with us about their upcoming summer projects and events is the Executive Director, John DeMarco. Thanks so much for joining us today.
Hey, thank you for having me. I'm always excited to come on the show and talk about what we have coming up for the year.
Well, we're excited too because I saw that your list of events for this coming summer season and even a little bit into the fall, and I know that those have to go on my calendar immediately. I absolutely love them. So before we dive into your events, I know our viewers know who you are and maybe understand the mission or the purpose of the Presque Partnership, but I just wanted to take a moment to explain who the partnership is and why you exist.
Sure. Well, we are the Presque Partnership. We were established in 1994 to really help Presque in ways that state funding can't always. It is a state park that our taxpayer money goes towards upkeeping, but sometimes some of those projects or needs don't always fit within those budgets. So our organization was formed to really pick up where the state leaves off in some of those project areas. We are a very small organization in terms of staff, but we do a lot of great things, a lot of fun activities on the park that really benefit the visitor experience at the end of the day.
Small but mighty, you guys are.
Small but mighty. We are governed by a board of about 20 people who are very involved. We have a staff of 4, 2 of which are running the gift shop out of the Tom Ridge Center, so all proceeds from that gift shop go back into the park. And then we have a staff of 2 plus an intern in the summer that really help dive into those events that we have going on, those fun summer events. And all year long, actually, we host events to fundraise for the park and bring awareness to the natural diversity down there and all that the park has to offer.
Mm-hmm. And that, like I said, that usually your lineup of events usually sets my summer schedule. But why is it so important for people to give back to Presque Partnership?
Well, if you've ever gone down to Presque State Park, chances are that it's given something to you. And giving through the Presque Partnership, you're giving back to that park. And the great thing about supporting the Presque Partnership is that your donation stays here at Presque. It doesn't go to some of the other 120 state parks throughout Pennsylvania. Your donation stays right here. We put it towards projects that you want to see, that improvements that you want to see happen, and preservation and research and great things like that really we're proud of, and everybody else should be too.
And if people, again, they can give monetarily, they can give by coming to your events, can they donate their time as well?
Absolutely. We always encourage folks to display their civic duty on the park. There's a lot of people I know, not personally, but that I see around the park that have really kind of adopted an area of the park and go down and pick up trash, and just giving of your time is such a great way. And not everybody can give monetarily, and time is precious, and manpower. So that's a great way to give back.
And every time you go down to Presque State Park, I always say it's like the Central Park of Millcreek. Everybody's so friendly. You walk your dog and everybody says hi to you, and I really love the atmosphere of Presque in general. And you guys have done a lot of projects within the last 24 years to make it an even more beautiful park. What are some of those projects?
Sure. Well, in the past 5 years alone, we've invested over $400,000 into the park through different programs and projects. Some of those include help to restore the Presque Lighthouse. We also did restoration to the Perry Monument area, where we installed LED solar lighting on the monument. We put up a new pavilion there. We've installed also a turtle observation platform at Graveyard Pond. Sometimes you can see up to 200, 300 turtles sitting on a log, and it's a nice ADA accessible platform that has free viewing scopes on it. That's a really fun project that we completed a few years ago. We've done numerous picnic tables throughout the park. We put up a playground at Waterworks area, and we're planning to do another playground this summer.
So is that what you're projecting for 2017? Is that your big project, or what else do you have going on for the rest of the year?
We've been working on a nature play space project out at Beach 11 for a few years, and we've been fundraising for that. And we're at a point now finally where we can actually put a shovel in the ground and get this nature play space underway. We're really excited about it because the whole nature theme fits very well with the park. You're immersed in nature. There's a lot of low-lying fruits that we can use to make this nature play space possible. Things like log jams and the sand that we have, rock boulders and ridges where kids can climb. It's immersing those kids in a natural setting without the plastic slides and the manufactured playgrounds, which are great in a lot of cases, but this is just kind of getting away from that and getting kids back in touch with nature. And it's going to be about a 30,000 square foot nature play space out at Beach 11, and we expect to break ground on that soon and hopefully be ready in time for Discover Presque Isle.
And it's going to be nice, like you said, that it almost, I don't want to say blends in, but it doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. It doesn't, change the dynamics of, again, that nature, the nature and the scenery at Presque Isle.
True. We have, like I mentioned, the trees, the sand, it's all there for kids to just get dirty, assess risk. Maybe one day that log jam is a little fort, maybe the next day it's a little spaceship. You never know how the kids are going to use it. It's a great imagination experience opportunity for our youth, getting them out from in front of their cell phones or their iPads or their Xboxes and really experiencing nature the way that you and I may have in our backyards, climbing trees, getting muddy and picking up little critters, fun stuff like that.
Right. And what was your inspiration for this?
This came actually before I was director of the partnership. This was something that Steve McDermott had started spearheading, and it has really just blossomed into something really spectacular. And we'll be rolling out those plans for it very shortly here so everybody can see them.
And so you're going to break ground soon. When do you think the project will be finished?
Hoping by July 28th, which is the first day of Discover Presque Isle.
So that's very soon.
Yes, we were working with Dahlkemper Landscaping to implement this project in partnership with the DCNR and tons of volunteers. So talking about civic duty and giving back, we're going to be spreading a lot of wood chips and moving a lot of earth. So if you're interested, please call me and we'll get you out there and a shovel in your hand and get going on it.
Oh, I think it sounds fantastic. And so besides the playground, what other events do you have going on? I know we were chatting, I was just trying to get from you, and you've got them all memorized, your events, the dates. I just really want to dive into everything you guys are doing this summer. And again, folks, get your calendar out right now because you're going to want to write these all down and go to all of them, I promise.
Yes, so we are kicking off our summer with the second annual Presque Isle Poker Paddle. It's a paddle poker run using kayaks, paddle boards, canoes, 6 1/4 mile throughout the lagoons, Misery Bay, Presque Isle Bay, you just name it. There's 5 different stops, and at each location you'll pick up a poker card, and the person with the best 5-card poker hand at the end wins a cash prize. And then there's an after party at Millcreek Brewing Company. That registration is open now and it's filling up quickly. And that event has proved to be very popular with kayaking and different types of water sports really exploding in the past few years. And it's very, very popular, and Presque Isle is such a great place to do that.
I love this one especially, and I want to just touch on this real fast. There's a lot of land events, you know what I mean? And I love that this is like a totally a water-based event. I think that's so cool and so innovative. I really love that.
I'm a kayaker. Our event coordinator is a kayaker. We said we really need to do an event that involves kayaking. Just go down there on any nice day on the park and you'll see numerous cars with kayaks on the roofs.
Right.
And just get those people involved who might not normally want to do like a running event that we have or a swimming event, get them in their boats.
Right.
So from the Presque Isle Poker Paddle, we'll then move into the UPMC Sunset Music Series, which starts on June 14th, Wednesday evening, 5:30. There'll be 2 bands each night, and that'll go for 6 consecutive Wednesdays, wrapping up on July 19th. That's always at Beach 1. It's a blast. You have the best sunset.
Yes.
It's just a great family-friendly, fun atmosphere.
And how much do those concert series cost for people to attend?
The wonderful thing about those is they're absolutely free. And we like to keep a majority of our larger events free. The poker paddle and things like the triathlon and the bay swim, those do have a fee, but all that money does benefit Presque Isle in great ways.
They're fundraisers, but they are fun events.
Absolutely. Also, we have in June 17th is our 10th and final bay swim. That's in partnership with the Erie Yacht Club. Start at Vista 3 parking lot and end up at the Erie Yacht Club. That event, being it's the last year and we have a lot of people wanting to get in, it's capped at 300, and that actually sold out in February. So if you're interested in seeing it for the last time, come on down on June 17th to either the Vista 3 parking lot right across from the Stall Center, or make your way over to the Erie Yacht Club and cheer on all the swimmers.
And why did this event start?
This event started to celebrate the improved water quality of Presque Bay, and it has just gained popularity over the years. It was actually only supposed to be a one-time event, and then after the second year, it was like, let's keep doing it, and then let's keep doing it. So we're at 10, it's a good round number. We're ready to kind of call it quits, but not necessarily not have an open water swim in the future. We're looking at maybe this event morphing into something else.
Oh, that's fantastic. Well, you guys always have so many things on the horizon. So I know if an event is changing or you say you're not going to hold it, I know it's usually, again, like you said, morphing into something different and better. And, you know, your events are just fantastic. I love them.
Yes, and speaking of that, things morphing into new and better things, Discover Presque Isle. This year, it's July 28th through the 30th. It is always the final full weekend in July, and the big improvement, I would say, with that event is that a majority of the waterworks area, food vendors, crafters, and all that are going to be moved out to Beach 11. In addition to the sand sculpture competition, the bonfire, the live music, there'll be stand-up and paddleboard and kayak demonstrations out there as well. So it's all centrally located at Beach 11, an area that has a ton of parking. The beach is huge. You have also Boaters Beach there right on the south end of Beach 11. So now the boaters can just hop off their boat and walk down the beach and be right in the middle of Discover Presque Isle, something that they didn't always have in the past. Just congestion, and from a public safety standpoint, it's going to be improved in that respect.
Right. Well, and that's what it sounds like. This is more of like for convenience and for safety, because I know that Discover Presque Isle days were always along the waterworks area.
Yes.
Is that right? And just as you've grown, your vendors have grown, your audience and those participating in the event have grown. I know that can be chaotic, and putting it again at Beach 11 gives you parking and gives you space, but also gives you those really nice views of the beach while they're there.
Absolutely, and I love the fact that it's all the way out at 11. It's kind of like having the milk at the end of the grocery store, in the back of the grocery store. You know, you got to get everybody all the way around the parks, really discover Presque Isle.
Exactly.
Yeah, so in addition to that improvement, we are adding some new events
to
Discover Presque Isle. Friday nights at Beach 11, in partnership with the Film Society of Northwest PA and the Erie Federal Credit Union and a few other folks, we're going to be showing Jaws on the beach.
That's going to be fantastic.
So it'll be pretty exciting. It'll be big 20 by 20 foot video screen that'll be free to the public, and we encourage you to come out.
I love outdoor movies. That's going to be really, really fun.
Yes, it's a little pilot project for us because we've never done a movie at nighttime on the beach, so we'll see how it goes, and maybe it could turn into something like the UPMC Sunset Music Series has.
Yes.
Maybe it's a movie series on the beach.
And I love that. your events are all family friendly, kid friendly. I think that's really exciting for Jaws to be the first one. And we always joke, Lake Erie is shark free, so we don't have to worry about getting in the water. So,
right.
What other new events are you seeing are you going to see at Discover Presque Isle?
Well, we are going to be starting our first 5K during Discover Presque Isle weekend. It'll be Saturday morning, and it's going to include tickets to the pancake breakfast. Everybody knows that the pancake breakfast is something great, something that the Presque Isle Rotary Club has put on for a number of years. And it's become a tradition for a lot of families. We thought, well, let's add a fun little 5K run walk Saturday morning. And maybe that morphs into a tradition where people do the walk, then they do the breakfast, then they spend the rest of the day on the park and discover all the great things that we have going on.
And 5Ks, I've really found over the years, have almost become like a hobby for people. So I think that, doing a 5K, I think you'll get a lot of people who, maybe are more interested in 5Ks than Presque Isle. You're going to get a nice overlap of people interested in both.
Yes, we're excited about that. I know, with the Turkey Trot and all the Runners Club events that go on the park, it was really nice for us to be able to sit down and say, we can do our own, this weekend, during Discover Presque Isle that's all about supporting the park and really branded as that one that really is just all about the park and celebrating what we have here.
Yeah. And what kind of support do you have for Discover Presque Isle? What kind of partnerships or other organizations get involved to help make this happen?
Oh, we have so many great people and organizations that really step up to the plate. National Fuel, Wegmans, Northwest Savings Bank, Marquette Savings Bank, you name it. There's just a number of people that host some of these particular events, like beach yoga. We have Plasha Yoga that comes out and does that. We have Qigong and Tai Chi, and that's Village of Healing and Wellness. Just really a lot of people. Arts Bakery handles the sand sculpture competition every year. We have a good relationship with Cumulus and a great relationship with WJET TV and Fox 66. When you come down there, you're gonna really feel the sense of community. A lot of people are here to make this happen. It's just not myself and our event coordinator. A lot of people come to the table to really celebrate this park.
And what can we see or what can we expect from the sand sculpture competition?
That's always free. It's always crack of dawn. You get there Saturday morning. This year it'll be at Beach 11. People have typically seen it at Beach 8, so all that stuff is moving to Beach 11. You just kind of get your bucket, get all your supplies, and just find a spot in the sand. And when you're ready to register, just go right up to the Arts Bakery tent. And there's fun prizes that we give away. Sarah's gift cards and Joe Root's Grill gift cards, fun stuff, and people absolutely love it.
Yeah. What kind of sculptures do you see?
Oh, every year there's funny ones. Last year, or maybe it was the year before, I saw a dog that was wrapped around a toilet trying to stay cool. That was a really neat one. You have dragons. A lot of people do the Discover Presque Isle frog. And it's all skill levels. If this is the first time you've ever attempted a sand sculpture, fine. I mean, that's great. We want you to be here, and people love going around and checking it out.
Yeah. And what about the vendors? I know you've always got vendors there, and I love shopping. I think everybody knows that. So I've purchased dog leashes and dog collars. And tell me about some of your vendors.
We have a great selection of vendors this year. Their applications are still rolling in. If you are interested in becoming a vendor, you can go to our website, discoverpi.com, and download that application and send it in and talk to Jim about what it is that you do. I don't want to really give too much information right now because we haven't made our final selections, but I can tell you that it's going to be a unique show. We really encourage handmade items. None of the, we're not selling China stuff or anything like that. It's something we want it to be handmade and support those artists that really put so much time and effort into their trade.
Yeah, and we've talked a lot about Discover Presque Isle. Tell me those dates one more time, and again, when the start times and end times finish for those.
It's always the last full weekend in July, so this year the 28th through the 30th. And the times vary. The official vending times are Friday, 12 o'clock p.m. to 8 o'clock p.m., and then Saturday, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m., and then Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And that's pretty much on Sunday when things start wrapping up. We got to clean up and make sure the park is back to normal for Monday. So you can see a lot of work goes into it and a lot of people helping out.
Right. And you do a lot of recycling on the park as well. All of your events have recycling bins and options available. Do you want to talk about how eco-friendly and green you guys are?
Yes, we're really amping up that. I think we have a responsibility as an organization to really push that agenda and get people to recycle and be conscious of how they're using the park. So I would definitely encourage someone who is coming down to Discover Presque Isle, park at Beach 1, bring your bike and explore the park that way. If you have plastic bottles or any sort of recyclable materials, make sure they go in the proper recycling bins. Moving out to Beach 11, we don't have the luxury of grid electricity that we did at the Waterworks area, so we're bringing in diesel-powered generators, which are going to be run off biodiesel. So we're trying to be green in that respect. There's so many ways to just really be conscious of the environment and your emissions. And so I would encourage anyone coming down to at least maybe get dropped off and take your bike or go for a walk. Spend the whole day with us.
Yeah, I think that's a really good message. Before I move on to your other events, is there anything else you wanted to tell our viewers about Discover Presque Isle?
I can tell you that it's going to be the best year ever for Discover Presque Isle. Last year we celebrated our 25th, so when you come down to Discover Presque Isle, for sure you are going to feel a sense of community and feel that something's different and better you're going to want to just continue supporting this great park.
It is absolutely fantastic. I love Presque, and again, drive 25 when you get there. The speed limit is 25 miles per hour, so make sure you're not speeding around the park. And I always, I guess I always wonder why people speed. It's like a nice slow Sunday drive. So when you get to Presque, take your time, enjoy it. Don't rush to get there. You know.
That's what you have to do. I think most vehicles, the cruise control starts at 25 miles an hour. So when you see that speedometer, you get to 25, hit the cruise control, and just relax and pay attention, and also be conscious of the cyclists on the road. Share the road, a minimum of 4 feet. Maybe even switch over into the other lane if you have the opportunity. It's everybody's park, and everybody has a right to enjoy it. Exactly.
Okay, so moving on to some of your other events, what else do you have going on?
We have the triathlon, which is August 26th. I believe this is going to be the 18th year of the triathlon, and that event caps at 450. It's a swim, bike, run, and it sells out every year.
And how long are each one of those?
Oh, you stumped me on that one.
Oh, that's okay. We can put it on the screen. We'll get the numbers for you and we'll put it on the screen. But I was going to say, I always want to do it every year, and I need to recruit other people, because you can have people assist you with each leg of the race, right?
Correct. You can do the relay, a 2-person relay or a 3-person relay. And the more I think about it, I'm pretty sure the bike is 13 miles, the swim is 0.33 miles, and the run is, I think, is a 5K.
Okay, all right. I'll probably do the bike, the biking portion of that. So, and when is that? When is the triathlon?
That's August 26th.
Okay.
And then we also have coming up in October 7th is the Presque Poker Pedal. Not to be confused
paddle.
with the paddle.
Okay.
So the pedal takes you all around the park at different historical sites, and you pick up a card at each point, and then also concludes with an after party at Millcreek Brewing Company.
Yeah. And what I do, folks, want to say is we are only touching really on the summer and fall events. We're not even going to get into the winter events, because you guys, that's a whole another season. Right. There's no snow on the ground, and we'll have John back to talk about his winter events.
Yes.
Are you, and I know a lot of people have asked you this, are you going to be hosting another big concert on Beach 11? That big shebang you guys always used to, well, not always, but you guys have done a few times.
Right, that's the best summer night concert on Beach 11. This year we will not be doing that concert. It is an event that has a lot of moving parts and a lot of pieces to the puzzle that really need to fall into place perfectly. The stars need to align, and simply put, the stars were too far out of alignment this year, and it's something we want to do in the future. It's just the luck of the draw in a lot of cases. So we definitely want to bring that back. I know there's a lot of anticipation growing in the community. But I just want to say, everybody stay put. It's not something that will never come back. Yeah,
stay tuned. The stars need to align, and it's definitely something for the future.
Yes.
So, okay. And I know you try to keep things fresh for your events. What are some ways, and again, we did talk about, people can, donate money or donate their time. What is the best way for somebody to reach out to you and let you know that they want to volunteer, or, what does some of that look like?
Really, social media is such an easy way to get in contact with us. Our website, discoverpi.com, is a great way. Give us a call, pick up the phone, 838-5138. Ask for myself or Jim. I think there's a 101 or 102 for either one of us. We're also looking for volunteers in our gallery and gift shop. They're short 4-hour shifts. Whatever day works for you. It's a great atmosphere in the Tom Ridge Environmental Center.
That's what I was going to say. Where is that located? What can people find, and what are the hours?
The hours are, we're open 7 days a week, 10 to 5 p.m. And you can find pretty much anything you're looking for. Presque Isle related memorabilia, fun t-shirts, coastal items, jewelry. Really a lot of local artists have a lot of their stuff in there on consignment. So just really a unique shop that I think you can't find a lot of the stuff we carry in a lot of other places around town. So I would encourage you and anybody to, when you're coming down the hill, take a right into the Tom Ridge Environmental Center. It's open to the public. There are so many great exhibits in there. The shop is great. You'll get a chance to learn about all the great things that happen down on Presque Isle. It's free. And it's always funny because you ask a group of people that are in a room, you say, how many people have been to the Tom Ridge Center? And only a few hands go up. So just be mindful as you're making your way down to the park, make a pit stop, check it out, and I'm sure you'll be impressed.
Yes, well, I am. I mean, the items that you guys sell there are definitely up my alley. My whole house is decorated with coastal items, and I love getting stuff from your store. So, and you also have a social media following too.
Yes, our Facebook is Presque Partnership and Presque Gallery and Gifts. If people want to get involved with our organization, it's as simple as just reaching out, and we'll tell you how you can help out. If you want to become a member, that's great. Our memberships start at $25. It's a supporting membership. You get discounts to our events and to our gift shop. If you have a loved one that unfortunately has passed away and they really loved Presque Isle, maybe it could be a donation to Presque Isle. We so and so loved the park. Please give back to the Presque Isle Partnership. That's something that we see pretty often. There's just a variety of ways, and like I said, displaying your civic duty is really great, and volunteering. We have a lot of events, as you know, as we went over, and we always need volunteers.
Yeah. John, thank you so much for coming in and talking about your summer schedule. I really appreciate it. I know you need to get back to the office and continue planning and working your events. Viewers, as you heard today, I hope you got your calendar out. I hope you wrote all those dates down. If not, again, go to his website, go to his social media pages. Like he said, take a little pit stop into the Tom Ridge Center and check out their gift shop. It's absolutely fantastic, and I definitely want to see you down there for their events, the UPMC Sunset Music Series, and for the Discover Presque Isle Days. You're not going to want to miss it this year. Until next time, have a wonderful day.
You're watching the Millcreek Government Channel, powered by WQLN Public Media.